Sonic has a lot of good and bad games that the fan base can't really decide if they're good or not, and since I've been watching a lot of tier list videos lately, I decided why not make a Sonic the Hedgehog video game tier list on how I would rank some of the games. Now, without further ado, let us get started. Starting with Sonic 1. Now, if I gotta be brutally honest here, in my opinion, Sonic 1 has aged the poorest. Like, as an example, Green Hill Zone, really great zone, right? Fast-paced, quick to learn, but when you get to Marble Zone, I feel like that's where I just stopped at the game for a long time, because hear me out, and listen, a lot of people like to say what Labyrinth Zone, which yes, it is still a hard zone, but Marble Zone was one for a long time that I did not get past or was not willing to get past for a while, and so I would just play Sonic 2. Honestly, if I had to put Sonic 1, I would probably put it in the B tier. In my opinion. I'm sorry, but in my opinion, it's aged the poorest. Yes, it did start the franchise, but I don't know. That's just my personal opinion on Sonic 1. Still a great Sonic game. Now it's Sonic 2. Now Sonic 2, absolute improvement in my opinion. They added Tails, another mainline Sonic character that would stay. The level design is way better, more fast-paced, and I actually really like the special stages. I know that a lot of people do not like the special stages, but in the mobile port, it's a lot better. Sonic 1's special stages are just the worst in my opinion. I'm sorry, they suck. I do not like Sonic 1's special stages. But yeah, I really do like Sonic 2's special stages a lot better, and the Emeralds actually did something where you could turn into Super Sonic. But the big problem is, well, its final boss, because, well, as we all know, its final boss is crap. Like the hitbox and stuff, and the fact that you have 0 rings. And I get that, obviously video games were more challenging back then. But I feel like if they gave us at least 1 ring, it would make it, I guess, more easier. Or maybe they could actually make the hitbox more easier. Maybe. They didn't even do that in, like, some of, like, the ports, I believe. But again, I kind of like how challenging it is. Sonic 2 is definitely going in the A tier. It's a big improvement from Sonic 1, and Sonic 2 has sold more than the first one. So yeah, I do think Sonic 2 is way better than the first one, absolutely. Now with Sonic 3, Sonic 3 is definitely a S tier game. It introduced a lot of good stuff in the franchise. It introduced Knuckles, and it has the best special stages in my opinion. It introduced Hypersonic, and yeah, he's sadly only in 1 game. I wish he would appear in more games, but Sega is being Sega and not letting Hypersonic be in more games. Knuckles was a great addition to the cast, and I really like the zones that they added in the game. Sky Sanctuary is nice, and all of the other zones that I can't really think of the names of right now. But yeah, Sonic 3 and Knuckles, absolute S tier. A great game, introduced the best special stages and one of the best characters in the Sonic franchise. Definitely put that game in S tier. With Sonic CD, okay, so Sonic CD is okay. So I'd actually put Sonic CD somewhere in, I guess, I'd say the B tier. In my opinion, I think Sonic CD is it's not aged as poor as Sonic 1 in my opinion, but I'd say I'd put Sonic CD in the I'd say like the B tier. Yeah, it introduced Amy and Metal Sonic, 2 big main staples of the Sonic franchise. But yeah, like in my opinion, let's face it, the special stages in that game, they're not that great, in my opinion, and I'm just not a big fan of Sonic CD personally. In my opinion, I felt like that game could have done better, but hey, that could just be a me thing. Oh yeah, I forgot to rank Sonic Mania. Sonic Mania Plus is in the A tier. Next we have Sonic Adventure, Sonic's big leap into 3D, and it worked spectacularly. Sonic Adventure is definitely an S tier game in my opinion. It added a lot of stuff like the homing attack, voice acting, some great level design, and yeah, Sonic Adventure is definitely an S tier game in my opinion. It introduced a lot, and it's a great big leap into 3D. It also introduced a lot of cool I can speak. It also introduced Big the Cat, which was another main staple Sonic character. And yeah, like Sonic Adventure is a really great Sonic game. I did not like the hub worlds though. The hub worlds were the only thing I didn't like about it, where you have to find the stages and stuff, but that could just be a me thing. Next up we have Sonic Adventure 2. S tier, baby. Again, Sonic Adventure 2 goes in the S tier. Great story. It introduced Shadow and Rouge, which were another main staples. Shadow was going to die, but they brought him back. Shadow is an excellent character in the Sonic franchise. I'm not that big of a fan of Rouge. I'm sorry, she's not that great. And here's the thing. The problem with the level design is, and yes, I would put this game at A tier actually, but the reason why it is at S tier is because of the Chow Garden. They basically made the Chow Garden infinitely better than Sonic Adventure 1. And I think that's a great thing. It introduced the Dark and Hero Chow. The Chow Garden was my favorite part of Sonic Adventure 2. The only levels that I actually did not like about that game were the treasure hunting stages because, well, okay, I don't like how all of them are randomly generated and the fact that they only detect one emerald at a time. Seriously, Takashi Tezuka, what the hell were you thinking when you were making this? Why not target all of them? Anyway, yeah, Sonic Adventure 2 is a great game. So yeah, some of the levels can be a bit hit or miss. And yeah, I really like Sonic Adventure 2. It goes in the S tier. It would have gone in the A tier, but since the Chow Garden is in SA2, it's the big reason on why it's in the S tier. Next up, we have Sonic Heroes. Sonic Heroes is definitely an A tier game. I like the story, and I thought the Metal Sonic twist was actually pretty good. I like how each three characters have their own type, speed, flying, and power. I think that's what they're called. I forgot. I haven't played the game in a while. But yeah, I really liked Sonic Heroes, and I absolutely loved Team Chaotix. I thought they were great additions to the Sonic franchise. Just Team Chaotix in general are like one of my favorite characters, or probably like one of my favorite characters in the franchise, in my opinion. They also brought back Shadow, because, well, we all thought that he died when SA2 first came out. So yeah, I'd say Sonic Heroes definitely goes in the A tier. And for Sonic Rush, I'd say Sonic Rush also goes, I'd say somewhere in the B tier. Don't get me wrong, I get that a lot of people like Sonic Rush. I know it's absolutely amazing, and they did introduce one of my favorite characters in the franchise, that being Blaze the Cat. I just don't really like the level design that much compared to Sonic Advance, even though I haven't really played that much of Sonic Advance, really. But yeah, I'm sorry to all the Rush fans, I'm putting Sonic Rush in the B tier. And yeah, so that's for Sonic Rush. Now for Sonic and the Black Knight. Now Sonic and the Black Knight, S tier. I love Sonic and the Black Knight. I love the gameplay of it. I thought Merlina was written quite nice, and Sonic's voice actor does a very great job, Jason Griffith. And yeah, I think Sonic and the Black Knight definitely does deserve to go in the S tier. Now for Sonic Unleashed, I get that a lot of people like it, so they say it's the best one, but it's probably because I have the Wii version, but I'm sorry guys, the Wii version of Unleashed is going in the B tier. I get that a lot of people like it, maybe I should just play a different version of Unleashed, but I'm putting Sonic Unleashed in the B tier. Next up we have Sonic Colors. I'm also putting Sonic Colors in the B tier. It's a good game, right? It's just, here's the thing. The level design is great. I don't really like the voice. I don't know. Actually, wait, no. I do like the voice actors for the game. It's just, I thought Sonic Colors could have been, I guess, a little bit better. I think the Wisp mechanic is alright. Not too groundbreaking. And yeah. And now for Sonic Generations. Sonic Generations, easy S tier. Phenomenal level design. I love the fan service in it. The only time where Pontac and Graf finally actually decided to make the story good and not a heaping pile of dog shit. So that is something I can very much appreciate. And I think Sonic Generations is definitely like an easy S tier. It's phenomenal. Sadly, yes, it is too short. I just love Sonic Generations a lot. This platforming is really fun. They also brought back Classic Sonic, which wouldn't be the first. Sonic Lost World is going in the D tier. I absolutely don't like that game. It's bad. I'm sorry, the level design isn't fun. The story is awful. Tails is written horribly. And no, the Deadly Six are not even great. They brought back the Wisps for some reason, and they're not even fun. So no, Sonic... So yeah, I'd say Sonic Lost World definitely in the D tier. And yeah, I just don't like it. Sonic Forces. F tier. The worst game I've absolutely played. Worst video game I've played. The level design is awful. The story is poorly written. They bring a bunch of characters to think where you think they're gonna do something, but no, they don't. They absolutely don't. Infinite is badly written, even though that I actually find his design to be really cool, and his theme song to also be a bop. And the music in that game isn't even good. Most Sonic games that are acclaimed bad by the fan base, they at least have some good music. Like, come on. Like, seriously, Sonic Forces is all the way in the bottom. I hate Sonic Forces with a damn burning passion. I'm sorry, it's bad. And now, the one that you've all probably been waiting for. And that game is Sonic Frontiers. And Sonic Frontiers is in the A tier. How would I make it better? If, I guess, the cyber stages were just more, I guess, better fleshed out. Maybe add some more, I guess, more monsters to the combat. So yeah, that is my Sonic the Hedgehog tier list. Here's a look at it. And yeah, I enjoyed making this video. Again, I would like to mention that these are all of the games that I've played. So I'm sorry if I haven't played the Sonic 3D Robo Blast or something like that. Or yeah. So yeah, those are all of the Sonic games that I've played, and that's how I would rank them all. Thank you all so much for watching, and I shall see you guys next time.